Welcome back, guys. Just poking around some new construction here on the waterfront in Port Charlotte. Sailboat access here. You guys can see the canal behind me. So just stumbled across this as I was going to shoot a video. Thought it'd be interesting to pop in here, take a look at what's going on. But 2024, guys, coming to a close. This is probably going to be my last video of the year, and what a 12 months it has been. Just absolutely crazy here in Southwest Florida. Not just real estate related either, too. You guys know we've had our insurance crisis, our 2 hurricanes. It's been kind of a wild 2024. And when I started this channel, my goal was to illustrate kind of the changing environment, just how different things have become since the mania of 21 and 22 here in the housing market. I think I've done an okay job of illustrating some of that. Looks like we got another waterfront new construction going up, and it's kind of a perfect segue into some of the illustrations on just how drastically things have changed in my market in areas of Southwest Florida in just 2 short years. I mean, back in 21, 22, before the cinder blocks even went up, that would have been sold over asking, potentially flipped to another buyer. And I don't know if a lot of people are aware of that, but what was happening here was people were buying new construction, and with the supply chain issues, the delivery on the builds was a year or 2 out. So they would purchase the home, and in a matter of 3 to 4 months, it could go up 6 figures, the value, and they would just sell their contract to another buyer, just selling paper basically. And I don't think people planned on it. It wasn't an active business venture, but that's what some owners did. I saw them buy houses for 300 grand. It's not gonna be done for 2 years. They sold it to someone else for 400 and moved on. Never, just basically writing contracts, they made $100,000. And to see all the new construction popping up that, as you guys know now, is requiring a lot of incentives, rate buy downs, all kinds of discounts to get moving, it's just really jarring. And as you guys know, new construction has put immense pressure on resale this year. And when we look back at even resale, it was not uncommon for people to go very far over the asking price, getting to bidding wars on every house, waiving inspections, waiving appraisals, just, no contingencies at all, sight unseen. Houses were selling in 12 hours. Things were hitting the market, getting multiple offers in one day. And there was times when, unfortunately, I had buyers and I was taking them out, and you'd get to a showing appointment that you booked, and there'd be 15 cars in the driveway. I called the listing agent, who wouldn't pick up the phone, to ask, why, if we booked an appointment, that there was so many people here. But that's just how it was. If you got in the house, there was multiple bidders basically telling you what they were going to do. I'm going 25 over ask. Oh, well, I'm going 50 over ask. It was like an auction house. It's absolutely insane. And you guys know that's in just 2 years. That's completely out the window. And I get a lot of flack for, I'm not necessarily taking joy in that, guys, but I do think that was unfair. It was a bad buying environment. I don't think anyone should have to purchase a home that they want to live in under that kind of pressure and under those kind of conditions. I didn't think it was ideal. I like it now, where it's much more relaxed. People have time to look. They have options. It's just not for me. So that's what I've tried to do on this channel, is illustrate those changes as well. It has upset some people this year. I get it. I understand why, guys, but I don't dictate the market. I don't make the market conditions. I can only tell you what's going on. And, some people have asked about lifestyle videos and things like that, and that's not really my thing. I feel like if you want to look at lifestyle videos like, hey, what's it like living in Northport, Florida? There's plenty of people out there doing that, guys. There's plenty of agents that have videos like that. Not really my wheelhouse. I'm not here to sell you on why you should live here, but I will help you if you decide to. That's kind of my stance on it. I don't like being hard sold anything, so I tend not to do that in my business. And I tend not to do it on my channel. And again, guys, I am walking on the Port Charlotte waterfront side today. So you guys can see here, this is off the Edgewater section. And this is sailboat access. I'm actually gonna have a really nice listing coming up here soon on the water. So excited for that to come up. And I just figured, why not come down here if that's the case? But just to further illustrate how far away we are from everything, is take a look at the rental market here. It's nuts what has happened. There were people doing bids on rentals. You had to get in bidding wars to get in rental properties here for a while, guys, and they were astronomically high. It got so bad, again, I don't think a lot of people know this, that we had a company come in that would finance your first, last, and security deposit to get you into a unit, because they were so sky high and the asking prices were so crazy that people couldn't afford them, but they still needed places to live. So it was almost like, you know, when you're taking out debt to get into a rental, that's when things get scary. And now that we have a surplus of rental property, I like to see things more balanced like that. I mean, that's not good for anyone involved. You guys know why it happened. We had all the investment come in. All the Airbnbs were buying up anything that would have been a rental, which again is another massive reversal that we've seen. Airbnb here got so saturated. Everybody was trying to get into that game, and it's not worked out very great for them. I mean, I've talked to people, lost $50,000 on Airbnbs here. It's not uncommon to hear that. I'm sure you guys have some stories in there. And this is basically the tale of 2024. And what is it going to look like in 2025? I don't know if we're going to see things get that drastic. You know, we had also the insurance crisis here, which they're kind of sorting out, but we'll see now after 2 hurricanes. So a lot of stuff just came together here on Southwest Florida in 2024 that I don't know if it's going to be a once in a lifetime event. I mean, 2 back-to-back hurricanes that flooded a large portion of the area is also crazy. And really, inventory was starting to level out at that point. It was actually, if you've seen some of my other videos, it was coming down. When that occurred, and a lot of you guys are with me since the hurricane coverage, when that occurred, I initially thought we would see a constriction in the supply of inventory. It's gone, I was completely wrong. It's gone the other way. We're seeing a boom of listings early. You guys know that. So I've got to look at the listing season like, man, I know more people are going to list because it's our prime selling season from January to May. But did they pull forward some of that listing demand? I don't know. And I'll tell you guys, we're not short of buyers. Things that are priced right are still selling very quickly. I think that will continue into 2025. We even had mortgage rates go crazy in 2024, guys. 7% rates were common. And it didn't deter as many people as you think it would. I mean, it's just been a really, really wild year. And when you look at new construction, it was not uncommon to go to a builder and be told, we're going to put your name in a raffle. We'll have a drawing at the end of the week. And if we pick your name, you'll get to make an offer on a home. Like how it's a lottery. They had builder lotteries. And as you guys know, they're begging for offers in some places now. Wild, just wild. In all of a matter of 12 months. We started seeing it, we saw the signs in 23, 24 really solidified it, but builder lotteries, guys. And in my opinion, I mean, how random is that? Are they really putting your name in a hat, or are they sifting through all the offers and go, oh, look, the highest one, we happen to pick you. So I hate that kind of stuff. I don't like it. Like I said, I'm not a hard salesman. I am a consumer, just like everybody else. I purchase things, and I want fairness, as fair as things can be, and I think they're sort of getting here. Pricing, yeah, I think it's good that prices are going down. I've said this repeatedly. I think stuff needs to get more affordable. Is it going to be 2008 prices? I don't think so, but again, I've questioned, is this the bottom? I have no idea. But either way, prices going down is not a negative to me. It's not, and rental prices falling is not a negative to me. I think it's a positive for the area. And I also have to clarify, guys, when I say things are a buyer's market, that is a technical term to describe the conditions in the housing market. Is it more favorable to buyers, or is it more favorable to sellers? Generally, my area right now is in a buyer's market. It is more favorable to be a buyer in this market than it is a seller because we have so many options. That does not mean I'm telling you it's not a call to action to purchase. I'm just letting you know what the market conditions are. I'm not saying you should buy right now. I'm not saying you shouldn't buy right now. That's an individual decision that everybody has to make. I'm not your financial advisor. If you choose to purchase, I'll help you out the best I can. I'll try to get you the best deal. If you want to sell, I'll help you out the best I can. I'll try to get you the best deal. But I can't be the guy who makes the decision for you if it's the right time to buy, because I have no idea. I'm just some guy in a flag hat that walks around areas talking about real estate, you know what I mean? Like, to some degree, yes, guys, I know my data, I know my numbers, but trend prediction, it's a guessing game. It's a guessing game. I would have told you in 2019. In fact, I said in 2019, I said, ooh, looks like the market's about to head south. And we started seeing inventory pile up here. And I told people, yeah, they said, hey, should I buy right now? It looks like the market's going south. And I said, yeah, I don't know. I kind of agree with you. It does look like that. Well, boom, COVID, free money. Those people don't have houses still now. And I think about that all the time. I said to them, no, hold off. And it's, you know, so that's why I can't be the guy to tell you where things are going. I can only show you what's going on and what's happening and recap the year. I think, as I mentioned in other videos, 2025 is going to have similar challenges to 2024. Are we going to see, am I going to be able to pull 25% off listing price comps and sales in Charlotte County this year? I don't know. I feel like that's going to be tough. We've dropped so far at this point that, you know, I don't know where the bottom is, but there is a bottom, guys. And eventually prices will go back up. It's just going to happen. Again, this is not to motivate you one way or the other, but when they do, I will tell you prices are increasing. I'll just report on what's happening. And on top of all this, guys, we even had the realtor commission lawsuit this year. That's nationwide, not just a Southwest Florida thing. And that's shaken things up a little bit, but not to the degree that I thought or others thought that it would. I mean, there was an initial thought that, hey, everyone's just going to go to a listing agent. That hasn't seemed to happen. You know, they don't want to pay their buyer's agents. It's just become more of a negotiable point. And that's really, I mean, I think that's good for everybody too. At first, everyone was like, oh, buyers are going to get stuck with the commission. Well, now it's all negotiating, you know? At the end of the day, who brings the check to the closing table, guys? That's always been my argument. Now you have a chance to negotiate it, or, you know, everything. It's opened up a lot of doors to negotiation, because you really start to have to have these conversations before you're getting into the nitty-gritty of the contract. These things have to be put out in front in offers. It's transparent for everybody. Everyone knows what's going on. I can't tell you how many times I've heard of people getting to the closing table and seeing, you know, an agent's commission on one side of the settlement statement and going, I didn't know you were getting that. Now, there are papers that people sign, you know, that say and acknowledge these things. But sometimes it's just overwhelming and people don't read every single line and every single paragraph, and that kind of stuff can surprise them. This way, hey, up front, this is the deal. This is the max. So I do like the transparency aspect of it. It is a little bit of a handcuff kind of situation. I'll give you an example. I had a friend of the channel call me. They were in Punta Gorda. They wanted to see some property. Just they were like, hey, I'm here. Can you show me something later today? I said, absolutely, let's do it. And under any circumstance, I would just run out and show them the property, do the introduction. Hey, nice to meet you guys, form the relationship. But now, per the NAR settlement, since that home is listed on the MLS, I cannot go and tour it without some sort of agreement in place. So, you know, I brought up the agreement. They were hesitant to do that, which I completely understand. And it kind of kiboshed the whole situation. But I can't do it, you know, without having that in place. I'm not going to risk getting fined to establish a relationship. And there's a lot of different creative ways you can go about it. We've mentioned before, guys, I don't do cancellation fee. I don't do a retainer. We can do a one-day showing agreement. I've done one property showing agreements. A lot of different ways to go about it. I feel like as agents, our job is to, you know, make the buyer feel comfortable, make the consumers feel comfortable, and just be honest and transparent with it. So there's a lot of different ways you can do it, guys, but it has been surprising that it has not had the effect, at least here in Southwest Florida, that everyone was fearing it was going to cause. Well, that's all I got for today, guys. If you like this video, give me a like, share, subscribe, and thank you so much for a great 2024 and pushing me over 14,000 subscribers. Looking forward to seeing all of you guys next year.